Greetings, Stash Wyslouch here. Today's quick tip. We're going to explore some stuff with the diminished chord. So check this out. One place you might see a diminished chord, for example, an F sharp diminished resolving to a G. That makes sense to our ears, right? What else resolves to a G? A D7. That makes sense to our ears in the same way that does. Let's explore that a little bit more. What notes are in F sharp diminished? F sharp, A, C, and E flat. And I told you that a D7 also goes to a G. What notes are in D7? D, F sharp, A, and C. Hey, that's interesting. These two chords share three common tones. And in fact, the one tone in F sharp diminished that's not in D is an E flat, which if we go back to quick tip 103, we could see that maybe as just an extension, a flat 9, a flat 2 on top of the D chord. So now we can make the rough equivalence. D7, roughly speaking, functions very similar to F sharp diminished in this kind of context if we're going to G. Very cool. What seventh chord has an A, C, and an E flat? 3/4 of the notes in F sharp diminished. That's right, an F7. What's an F sharp against F7? It's a flat 9. So with our previous logic, F sharp diminished also equals F7. Check this out. What seventh chord has a C, E flat, and an F sharp, or G flat? That's right, an A flat 7. What's an A against an A flat 7? That's right, a flat 9. With our previous logic, F sharp diminished equals A flat 7. Check this out. What seventh chord has an E flat, or D sharp, F sharp, and an A? That's right, a B7. What's a C in B7? It's a flat 9. With our previous logic, F sharp diminished equals B7. So now, if we put that all together, we can make the conclusion that F sharp diminished equals F7, A flat 7, B7, and D7. Take that a step further. F7 equals A flat 7 equals B7 equals D7. Now we've talked a lot about outlining chords in a linear fashion. So if I tell you to play lines that make sense against the B7, I'm playing the B7. You could make up eighth note lines with some of the information, for example, from quick tip 95. Same thing for an F7, A flat 7, and a D7. So let's try out these substitutions. Let's take Jimmy Brown the Newsboy in the key of G. I sell the morning paper, sir. My name is Jimmy Brown. Everybody knows that I'm the newsboy of the town. That D is the 5 chord, so we could think of that as a D7. And now, with our diminished equivalent idea, I said we can substitute for a D7 an F7, A flat 7, or a B7. So let's explore this kind of strange substitution sound. What if instead of a D7, we make up melodic lines over those 3 bars of D in the second half, but pretend it's an F7. So we start with the melody. Now go to F7. It's an interesting sound. It's interesting in contrast to the D7 that the band behind me is playing. If we go further out, we could do an A flat 7. But we've actually already explored that in quick tips. That's really just a tritone substitution. So go back and check out the tritone substitution quick tip. Now check out this interesting substitution. Instead of playing a D7, we're going to play a B7. and resolve it back to the G at the end to give it some continuity. So I start with the melody. 1, 2, 3, 4. B7 stuff. Crazy sound, interesting. That's all I want to talk about today. The idea that the notes and the functionality of a diminished chord in this exact context can bring about some interesting harmonic substitutions. We'll see you next time. Maybe we'll expand on this.